Rob's into conspiracies, aren't you?
That's my jam. Look, you know, I've seen things that shouldn't exist. Therefore, everything's on the table. And I do believe that I have an open mind. Time and research and experience has led me to not having my mind so open that it falls out. You know, there's that saying, that phrase. Everything's on the table, but I believe nothing. I just look at things and go, that's interesting, you know, and that may be the case. But, you know, I don't run away thinking I've got the answers just because I did some research by watching some YouTube videos, which a lot of people do. They sort of get carried away with the what is and what isn't happening in the world. And that, you know, somebody that's behind the scenes, I want to go, no, that's not happening. It's not happening. So wake up. Some of it is, but that isn't. I can tell you that isn't. But it's not my place. It's not my place to let people know either way. And then I had a thought the other day, was like, hey, what if all of this is chaos? It's just chaos. And that fucking terrified me. There's no conspiracies and it's just chaos. I'd rather have the conspiracies than I would have it just be chaos. Because if you sit with the fact that it is chaos for long enough, it's actually paralyzing.
Have you met David Icke or read his books?
I have met David Icke and I did read his books. And that was, there used to be this bookstore in Los Angeles called the Bodhi Tree. And it was just the best store ever. It was like, you know, when Harry Potter goes and gets his wand in that he walks through that alleyway and then he ends up in this menagerie of places that sell all sorts of potions and owls and stuff. It was like wandering into one of those stores. And I was sure that the secrets of the universe existed in one, if not 100 of these books. So I bought them all. And one of them was David Icke. And I found that all fascinating. And then, you know, I always find it fascinating when I find out where his research for things comes from. It's like, oh, he's got that from there and he's got that from there. He's made that, you know, the reptilian agenda and all of that business, whatever, that sits. If you take that out of the equation, there's some very interesting nuggets there that may or may not be happening. And like I said before, that doesn't necessarily mean that I believe in anything. I don't. I'm just a naive scholar that's trying to figure out whether there's magic or not.
I think you've hit on something really interesting there, because I was just interviewing a skeptic called Michael Shermer the other day, and he said exactly what you just said before, which is one of the reasons so many of us like to believe in conspiracy theories is because the alternative, that there's no one in charge, nobody knows what they're doing, we're all just sort of bumping around, is terrifying.
It would appear that we are closer to everybody just bumping around than this whole magic tapestry that people like me have found themselves learning about since the internet internet existed. I can point to it being bumbling idiots more than I can point to it being reptiles.
Yeah.
There's more evidence that it's bumbling idiots.
Yeah, I think so.